lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
After an absolute scorcher of a finish last week, we now come to the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame, whatever you want to call it. It's all Darlington International Raceway for the season finale of Season 12 of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Good evening, everybody. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight for this one, as we are high above this facility, and second day in a row that I've been able to bring you folks some action from this historic track here in South Carolina. And we're going to get right into it because season finale, everything's still left to play for. Let's take a quick look at the point standings coming in tonight and talk about some scenarios. Greg Barnett currently sitting at the top of the pile, 7 points to the good over Austin Carey. Carey is another 22 points to the good over Nate Brown. Evan Kinney is another 7 points. Another 45 points back out of the lead. So there's a lot of things that need to happen tonight. Barnett needs to finish 5th or better to clinch. If he finishes in the top 5, game over. You guys are racing for 2nd. Austin Carey needs to finish 8 spots in front of Greg Barnett, with Barnett being out of the top 5. So, of course, 8 back. Nate Brown needs both Carey and Barnett to have issues, and Evan Kinney needs the same thing with all 3 of the drivers in front of him. Mathematically eliminated, Jason Higginbottom. Still racing for 5th, possibly 4th, but that's about it. Higginbottom not having a chance at the championship, but can still get into the money. Same for Chris Smith, same for Dylan Grimm. Mike McCrate is going to be on the outside looking in as far as finishing in the money. Parker Collins, Jeremy Moore currently run out your top 10. So, again, there's going to be a lot of strategy being played out here tonight, and a lot of scenarios that are going to be left to unfold here. Now, the thing to keep in mind, as I am looking through the field right now, so all 4 of our contenders are here, which is a good thing. This is going to be the 5th time this series has come here to the Lady in Black. Evan Kinney, a past winner, back in Season 5. Lane Hosler, a past winner, back in Season 8. The only other one that has had a win here is Rhett Tucker, back in Season 11. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one does play out, as the Lady in Black is very unforgiving, as we all know, and the trucks are sketchy on this place at the best of times. Here we are in the nighttime here as we bring you the season finale of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. 120 laps, the scheduled distance, 4 total sets of tires to get it done with. The set that they qualify on is the same set they have to start the race on, and then they've got 3 spares sitting in the pits. So, a couple things of note. After last week's Daytona race, Darren Staff suspended for the rest of the season, so he's going to have to miss out tonight due to having too many cautions being his fault. So we are going to get into the qualifying session right now, as waiting on the first handful of cars to start rolling. Looks like Parker Collins, there he is in the Rowdy Energy number 18. He is starting to roll. Jamie LaRoque out on track right now. There he is in the Budweiser Chevy. Nate Brown rocking the Gravedigger paint scheme. I'm digging it. Kevin Hayes also out on track right now. There he is. Hayes, always a contender on the shorter tracks. And there is Evan Kinney, who we just talked about, does know how to get it done here. Does have a win here, although it was a couple seasons ago, as he is rocking the throwback Miller Genuine Draft scheme. Digging it. Joey Stiers and his boy Josh Lilly. Father-son deal. Lilly going with the old school Richard Petty scheme here tonight. Little throwback action. I'm liking it, Josh. A little bit sideways, coming through 1 and 2 on his first flyer. That is not going to help the cause. Jamie LaRoque can be the first one to lay a lap down in qualifying. Sets provisional P1 at a 30.57. As Evan Kinney jumps up to the top of the pile. First one to go sub 30 with a 29.8. As looks like Austin Carey goes second quick. It's a strong run out of the Falcon Tires Toyota. Still with a shot at the championship coming into the final round here. The man he's going to be battling coming out of turn 4 for his first flyer. That is the POWMIA Ford F-150 of Greg Barnett. Let's see what first time for Barnett's going to come up with. Fifth quick. Josh Lilly goes to the top of the pile with a 29.5. Parker Collins fires back with a 29.6. Let's see what Nate Brown. Nate Brown caught the wall on both laps. Not cool. There's Jeremy Moore coming through 3 and 4 in the DuPont Toyota. Good head of steam coming to the line. Parker Collins goes even quicker. Moore going to slot into 7th. Parker Collins just went 29.41. Good grief. Last week's winner, Chris Worrell, out on track right now in the Balls Garana Toyota Tundra. Nice steady lap, trying to get a good feel here. Coming through 3 and 4. Worrell taking the green. Fred Garcia slotted into 14th on his first lap. Does not improve on lap number 2. Joey Stiers jumps up to 3rd quick. Here's Jeremy Moore, as he's got his in the books. Worrell coming through 3 and 4 right now. Again, flirting with disaster, and you've got to be careful on your qualifying laps because one touch of the wall and you're done. As Worrell comes across 11th quick on his first lap, see if he can improve like some of the others have on their second. Running out of time, though. As down the back straightaway with a good head of steam. Goes purple in Sector 1. Could we see a new pole position? Nice tidy line through 3 and 4. Flirts with the wall, stays off it. Good drive. And second quick for Worrell. And as far as drivers still on track, there aren't any. We're still waiting on Mike McCrate, Dan Sykes, Justin Carey, Abram Gaston, Emily Urias, and Bryant Newingham. Sorry about that. Bryant, I'm probably going to mess that up all night. I want to apologize ahead of time. As Justin Carey starting to roll in the ODR Toyota Tundra. Beautiful looking paint schemes here tonight under the lights at Darlington. And that is going to do it for qualifying. So we are going to go and take a look at tonight's starting grid. Parker Collins, quickest of them all, 29.414. Chris Worrell out of the Virginias, going to be starting with him up there on the front row, only 56 thousandths behind. Defending series champion Josh Lilly and his father Joey Stiers going to be starting off in row number 2, and a whole family affair there. Jeremy Moore and Evan Kinney making up row number 6. Row 7 is going to go to Brian Toole and Nate Talman, with Austin Carey and Ken Pack rounding out your top 10. Greg Barnett and Stephen Tuck making up row number 6. Row 7 sees Jamie LaRoque and Kevin Hayes. Fred Garcia and Abram Gaston making up row number 8. Row 9 is going to see Jacob Grant and Nate Brown. Justin Carey and Emily Urias making row number 10. Row 11 sees Mike McCrate and Bryant Newingham. And starting shotgun on the field in the 66, Dan Sykes. So 23 trucks scheduled to roll it here tonight at Darlington. Got just about everybody out there, just a couple of stragglers left to grid up. As again, we're going to go over this probably all night long. Greg Barnett just needs 5th or better to clinch. 5th place or better, nobody can touch him. He doesn't have to necessarily win the race, but he does have to finish at least 5 spots ahead of Austin Carey. It's still mathematically possible, as we're going to take a look at this one more time here. It's still mathematically possible for Nate Brown and Evan Kinney to have a shot at it, but they've got to hope that the drivers in front of them have issues early on and have to put it on the hauler quickly. Again, short field here tonight, only 23. Make that 22 drivers. And Dan Sykes not on track right now as the field starts to roll behind the iRacing pace car. Take a quick look at tonight's weather conditions. There you can see it's 77 degree ambient air temperature, 79 degree track temperature. Some of the coolest temps we have seen for the Darlington races as of late. 2 mile an hour wind that's going straight north as we are getting ready to turn them loose. Bear with me, folks. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here. So we are going to lose that as Parker Collins going to have the button. Geico restart zone is in effect tonight as the field worked its way through the 3-4 complex. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab some barbecue because it's time to get it on in South Carolina. Race fans, it's showtime! Parker Collins getting a good getaway. Chris Worrell staying with him, going to slot right in behind his Toyota, basically teammate. Collins, Worrell, Lilly, and Stiers. 4 heavy hitters right up at the front. Jeremy Moore up there as well. Evan Kinney has, I believe it's Nate Brown. Yes, it is. Nate Tellman, looking to the inside of Kinney right now through 3 and 4. Everybody else getting single filed out pretty quickly. Tellman trying to make some headway, already +2. Still working the inside, throws a slide job going through 1. Kinney's going to slide in behind. A little bit deeper, and we are under caution already. What just happened? Why is Jamie LaRoche spinning? Let's find out. There you see LaRoche. Ooh, a little bit of contact from Nate Brown. And the 21 of Justin Carey, nowhere to go. Wow. Let's watch that again from overhead. This is what the chopper picked up. Just light contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Austin Carey, nowhere to go, catches a little air on that truck. Should be able to get it fixed and back out on track. Unfortunate for the 15 right now. You know, we don't get to talk about Jamie LaRoche a lot, but he's a longtime supporter of the CleanRacing.net iRacing series, and he just moved into the top 15 in points. Matter of fact, we are going to take a quick look at that again, as there you see him, 18th right there on the screen. Good, solid finishes this season for the 15. As we are going to go back live, there is LaRoche bringing it pit side, try to get some damage repair. Nate Brown in, Justin Carey in, Abram Gaston in. I would expect just fuel for most of these guys. Except for those that were involved in that issue, to bring out that caution. Nate Brown 4 in fuel early. Interesting strategy there. Meanwhile, up the front, there's Parker Collins. Chris Worrell right up there with him. Notably missing tonight, Jason Higginbottom. He's missed the last couple of weeks, and because of that has fallen down the order just a little bit. Lights should be going out on the pace car this time by. As there they go. Collins electing to take the inside lane, as I don't believe lane choice is a factor here. Field working its way down the back straightaway. That used to be the front straightaway, that used to be the back straightaway. That, anyways, reconfigure about 30 years ago now, and I think it's led to more exciting racing. You still have to run towards that outside lane where the safer barrier, though, is taken up about 3 feet of the track surface, so you can't run quite as high as you used to, but all things considered, can't blame safety. As the pace car peels on off, Collins has the button. Chris Worrell jumps up to the top side with him, waiting for the Geico restart zone. As soon as they get in it, Collins pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Jeremy Moore having issues. Didn't get going, but does throw the block on Evan Kinney. Battle just inside the top 10. That is Austin Carey sitting in 9th. Right behind him, Greg Barnett sitting in 10th. Barnett doing what he needs to do. And for that matter, Evan Kinney falls down the field after getting into the wall, losing a ton of momentum. You see a little bit of damage on the right side of that MGD number 6. The 12 of Ken Pack almost gets into him through the middle of the corner there. There you go. Austin Carey, Greg Barnett, Evan Kinney, all running near each other. There is your points leader coming into tonight, the Lyman, South Carolina native. Hometown hero, if you will, here tonight. Checking back up towards the front of this piece. That is battle for third between Stiers, Talman, and Lilly. A little bit of breathing room back to Jeremy Moore, as here comes Barnett. Just throws it to the inside of Carey. Carey knows there's a lot of racing left to do. Lets him go for right now. Barnett, though, doing what he needs to do. Meanwhile, up at the front, your top 2 leaders have carved out already a 2-second gap to the trucks behind them. You can see about half the distance of the back straightaway is the distance from Chris Worrell back to Nate Talman. Carey and Kinney now go side by side. Top 3 in points. Barnett in 8th. Kinney in 9th. Carey in 10th. Barnett doing what he needs to do here tonight. As Lilly looking to the inside of Stiers. Unfortunately, the 3-time defending series champion, or 2-time, the defending series champion, who has 3 championships to his name, missed a couple of races this season. You can see a little bit of damage on the right side of that Petty Blue tribute scheme on that Chevy tonight. There is Stiers on the outside. What fun they've got to be having right now. As Lilly throws the slide job on the old man. Here comes Kinney, who was gotten by Barnett and gotten around Brian Toole. Barnett now looks to the inside of Toole. Coming through 1 and 2. Toole jumps down, slams the door. Barnett jumped on the binders to stay off of him. Knows there's a lot left here to race for tonight. Kinney trying to make some headway right now as he works around the outside of Jeremy Moore. Ken Pack in the 12. A little bit of right side damage on that truck already. American I can English, I promise, folks. Organ Donors Association on that truck. And it's so easy to become an organ donor, folks. All you got to do is next time you're at the DMV to renew your license, just check the box. That's all it takes. And it's Kenny wasting no time. Dispatches of Joey Stiers now sets his sights on trying to reel in Josh Lilly in front of him. Lilly, though, about 7 truck lengths is the gap. Oi! Jeremy Moore and Greg Barnett getting into it, coming off a 2. Barnett down and out of the way, luckily able to avoid disaster. Brian Toole on his tailgate right now, though. Everybody getting single filed out, everybody playing nicely so far. The closest battle is up front here, as they are 2.5 seconds to the good now over third place Nate Tallman, who has another 2.5 seconds between himself and Josh Lilly. Jacob Grant and Joey Stiers all over each other right now. Stiers on the high side, Grant in the black and white blue truck behind him, all over his tailgate, coming down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Stiers doing what he has to do, protecting the preferred line. Oy, Grant looks to the inside, gets a little bit better run. Stiers looks like he just let him go. He's getting a little too chippy for comfort up there. Checking back in with Austin Carey. There he is, right behind the 99 of Brian Toole. Barnett still in a good position, doing what he needs to do. There you see him right in front of that battle. Toole and Carey go side by side through 1 and 2, through 3 and 4, I'm sorry. Down the back, front straightaway they come. What do you say we turn it up? We're back currently watching second place. That's Chris Worrell in the 97. Giving a little bit of separation back to Parker Collins. And anybody that was here last night for the ISNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series race, you saw that man right there put a Ford in victory lane. Yes, you heard me right. Chris Worrell driving a Ford. Won at Darlington last night against some good heavy hitters. Seeing what he can do here tonight as Parker Collins and him have already carved out a 2.5 second gap. Here's Jacob Grant and Josh Lilly going after each other right now. Lilly with a little bit of right side damage. Grant, your highest running Ford right now, currently plus 11, sitting in 6th, looking to go plus 12 to 5th. Goes to the inside through 3 and 4. Lilly right up on the high side, able to carry the momentum. That is not going to work for Grant, unfortunately, as the low side will not work through 3 and 4, especially this late into a tire run. Working lap 22 of 120. We're expected to see tire stops right around lap 30. And that is Lilly and Grant. Grant finally gets by Lilly. Lilly now falls back into the clutches of his dad. That's Joey Stiers, just stalking his kid right now. This is your closest battle on track. Stiers looks to the inside, thinks better of it. want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat here tonight. If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up button and turn on bell notifications and subscribe. Let us know who you're pulling for here tonight. We would love to hear from you, as I'm currently working lap 24 of 120. Watching this family rivalry between Stiers and Lilly. What in the blue hell was that? That's not what I wanted at all. Sorry, folks. Bear with me here. You get to see behind the curtain there. So Parker Collins, Chris Worrell, Nate Talman, Evan Kinney, Jacob Grant, Josh Lilly, Joey Stiers, Greg Barnett, Jeremy Moore, Brian Toole, Nate Brown has gotten by both Ken Pack and Austin Carey. There is the 69 of Brown, rocking the Gravedigger paint scheme here tonight. Lilly and Stiers have not given up on each other yet. Two Chevys starting to work together, starting to chip into the gap up to the 45. That is Jacob Grant. And Lilly lets Stiers by. Going to try to follow the old man around here, see if they can figure out how to get forward again. Again, don't forget to subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action. Coming up here on Sim Racing Media, taking a look at tomorrow. AARL Cup Series is off. Ricmatech Series is going to Pocono, though. That's an 8:40 Eastern Time start on that one. Monster Energy will be at Martinsville tomorrow, and Western States is off. And I can't say I blame the series that are taking off tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be the rollout day for the Season 4 update coming into iRacing. It's week 13, and the servers are going to be, hell is going to be wreaked upon them. Ryan Toole and Nate Brown going after each other for the final spot in the top 10. Toole has it, Brown wants it. Stephen Tuck giving some pressure to Austin Carey now. Carey, unfortunately, he got a good starting run, but or starting spot. Although you can see the damage on the right side of the Falcon Tire Toyota Tundra. Not what he was hoping for at all. Stephen Tuck applying some pressure to him right now. Everybody's still playing nicely, though, as you would expect in the early going. 4 total sets of tires to get them through the event tonight. So I would expect anywhere in the next 10 laps or so, we should be seeing green flag pit stops. Checking back up in the front, Parker Collins has just walked away from Chris Worrell. 3 1/4 seconds to the good. Worrell, though, is another 4 seconds up the road from that man. That's Evan Kinney. Battle starting to heat up right now between Nate Talman, Jacob Grant, and Joey Stiers, though. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th, running stem to stern. As Talman looks to the inside, or Grant looks to the inside of Talman going through 1 and 2. Talman keeps it wound up on the top shelf. Grant, currently your highest running Ford, and your highest running non-Toyota at that matter. As he gets by, just sends it in on Talman. Gets into the wall, and Talman takes it immediately back. That is a rough one for the 45 of Grant. That's going to let Lilly get by, too. Grant now dropped a couple of spots, back to 7th, still plus 10, but he has a ton of damage on the side of that 45. Checking back in here with Nate Brown and Brian Toole. Little Toyota on Toyota action there. Brown was not sure he was going to make it tonight. Just needs to keep that truck clean and he could possibly still finish in the money, but he's got to hope for problems for Greg Barnett, as there is Barnett currently sitting in 8th. Now, Barnett does not need to win the race. He just needs to have a solid top 10 finish. As there's Joey Stiers going to the inside of the wounded Nate Tellman. You can see just how cheese grater the right side of that Bass Tracker Toyota is. Not hurting him too badly, though, as Stiers able to keep up with him so far. Tommy, good to see you. It's Tommy Barnett, Greg's dad. Good to have you with us, sir. Jennifer Dowling pulling for Jeremy Moore in the 24. Jeremy's had a quiet season. And what I mean by that is we don't talk about Jeremy being in a lot of wrecks. You know, he's the type of driver that you know he's going to bring your $100,000 race car or race truck home in one piece at the end of the night. And earning a little bit of money to do so. I think he's only finished outside the top 10 twice this year. So a good solid run out of that Toyota team. Talman up into 5th, as that is Josh Lilly giving him all sorts of pressure right now. Both those trucks pretty much cheese gratering the right side of the bodywork, pretty much pancaked for both of them. And it's got to be hampering the side bite for both those trucks. As you can see just how damaged the Bass Tracker Pro Toyota is, as Lilly not quite as vicious on the front. Again, working lap 37 of 120 here tonight. And do we have my broadcast partner with me yet? Apparently I don't. Going to have a special treat for you coming up here, folks, as Talman going pit side. First one of your top 5 to blink. There is Barnett in a very clean looking Ford F-150. As the 45 of Jacob Grant gets into the wall down the back straightaway. That's not going to help matters at all. Going back to Jeremy Moore. It's Nate Brown and Moore going after each other. That is your battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th. As Brian Toole right there as well. Jeremy Moore, proud Atlanta, Georgia native. Not really pushing the issue yet here tonight. Just putting in solid work. Little bit of right side damage, but nothing too drastic. As we are still waiting for the rest of the green flag pit stops to take place. There's Parker Collins, the Pied Piper of Peoria, Illinois. Currently has lapped his way up to 14th. Kevin Hayes right behind him is the first truck one or more laps down in 15th. That's impressive, especially only 41 laps into this piece. Chris Worrell, though, as you can see some right side damage on the Balscarana number 97, has dropped off to 7 1/4 seconds. So Worrell struggling. Evan Kinney, though, continues his charge back forward. Currently runs in 3rd. Needs to get up there to contend for the lead, as there's Greg Barnett as the 45. 45 of Grant had problems through 3 and 4. That's going to open the door for Barnett. That puts him into 6th. if the race were to end right now, Barnett takes the championship. Evan Kinney is not far enough forward to really get anything done. Barnett, again, does not have to win the race. He just needs a strong top 10 finish. And so far, doing exactly what he needs to do. You can see Jacob Grant, Nate Brown, and Brian Toole right behind him. And I dare say that once we see one of these guys in the top 10 peel off to go pit side, it's going to be a mass exodus to get those green flag stops underway, because we're talking almost 3 seconds of fall off, folks, after 44 laps. As a matter of fact, quick math is exactly 2 seconds throughout most of the field. 2 or more, that is, between their best lap and their last lap. Oi! Brian Toole, all sorts of trouble coming down the back straightaway. He's immediately going to go pit side. Let's go back and take a look at what just happened here with Toole as he's bringing it pit side. There you see him as we are in replay right now. 45 gets up into the wall, going through 1 and 2. Toole down a little lower than he wants to be, trying to put it into it. Gets it sideways, bangs the wall, down the track he goes. As we go back live now, that is Toole still limping his way down pit road. Probably going to get popped for a pit box violation, using too many pit boxes to get to his stall. Checking back in with Jeremy Moore, Jacob Grant, and Kenneth Pack. Moore gave up a couple of spots early, starting to reel him back in now. Back up to 9th. Nate Brown, currently your biggest mover, sitting plus 11. There is Grant. Again, still waiting for the rest of these guys to come pit side. Good friend of the channel. There's Emily Urias in that Ford F-150. The ace on the side of that truck. And I want to go on record as saying Emily's like a little sister to me. And I swear on my father's grave, if anybody offends her, you got to deal with me. Let that sink in. I suggest you let that marinate. But Emily looks like she might be coming pit side right now. What the hell?
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh no. What did we just see? Let's take a look here at Urias. There she is, working the inside of Austin Carey. Gets by him rather easily through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Immediately hauls the car to the left. Oh no. Please tell me I think her headset just went out, the VR headset that she uses. That is not cool. Tough break for Emily tonight as we are serving the first caution of the night. It's usually what happens when you see somebody just haul it left and stop turning the vehicle and jumping on the binders. Generally, that is the tattletale that they just had a hardware issue and lost the visual on the track. So as we are under caution here, working lap 50 of 120, we are seeing the first round of wholesale pit stops. Collins in, Worrell, Kinney, Stiers, Lilly, Bennett, Brown, Moore, Pack, and Grant all in. Austin Carey bringing it pit side as well. There's Kevin Hayes getting the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Justin Carey stays out. Nate Talman stays out. There is Nate just coming down pit road a little while ago. So,
Tony, I have made it through the iRacing paradox. Sounds like you got a lot of drama unfolding on your hands right now.
we absolutely do, Matt. And if there's any way you could turn the gain up on your mic, that would be amazing.
All right, I know you're under caution, so I just wanted to come in and touch base with all you guys. I'm sorry for being late. Got a brand new computer rig, and as you guessed it, earlier tonight was giving me problems, but we're here. I'll be back with y'all shortly.
So that is the newest member of the Sim Racing Media broadcast team. That is Matt Metler. And I promise you, Matt, I'm still going to screw that up for the first couple of weeks. And I do apologize. But Matt joining us here tonight for the CleanRacing.net season finale. Good to have you with us, sir.
Great to be here.
And it's Parker Collins winning the battle off pit road. Wow. Heavy damage for a lot of trucks. Collins wins the battle, takes 4 in fuel. Everybody back to that man, Ken Pack, in the 12, 4 in fuel. Austin Carey getting a little damage fixed on the Falcon Tire Toyota. Chris Worrell, again, popped for speeding, it looks like, as he had to spend about 45 extra seconds in the box. Jacob Grant getting some damage fixed. Jeremy Moore getting some damage fixed. As we should be going lights out on the pace car this time by a lot of cars looking to get the wave around here. Some of whom have already come down pit road. Some of whom who have not come down pit road yet.
Tony, you're seeing different
There
strategy.
we go. Now I can hear you.
I appreciate the introduction, and I'm finally, I guess you can hear me coming through loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Guys, I apologize for that. I had a new rig, tested it earlier, Murphy's Law. I apologize for being late. The iRacing Paradox, and I am here. Thank you for having me. Tony, great to be here finally.
It's great to have you, Matt. Welcome to Sim Racing Media broadcast family. As the lights have gone out on whatever that thing is that they call a pace car now, bring back the Mustang. Hashtag Mustang. Put it in the live chat, folks. Let them know. Hashtag Mustang. But
As long as it's not a hybrid, I'm okay.
I think it is. But that we'll talk about that later on, as Parker Collins has the button as he brings them through 3 and 4. And I stand corrected, Geico Restart Zone not in effect tonight. As Collins gets a good getaway, Joey Stiers slots into second. Evan Kinney doing what he needs to do right now, trying to claw his way forward. And that is an angry pack of Hornets right there behind Nate Brown. Brown, Carey, Barnett, the top 3 coming into tonight, all running right there.
Right, it's definitely a hornet's nest. Fan out and flare out. 4 wide there for the moment as we try to jostle for position.
The 12 with Ken Pack getting caught on the low side coming off of 4. He's going to lose a couple of spots. Jacob Grant got a little bit of damage repaired as here comes Jeremy Moore, the crowd favorite, right on his back bumper as he's got Nate Talman right there with him. Everybody getting a little single filed out right now. Nobody putting too much pressure on anybody else. As we are going to go back and take a look at the battle for the points lead. There is Nate Brown. Nate is in a must-win situation with both Carey and Barnett having problems. Unfortunately for him, That's second place in points. Austin Carey right behind him. And unfortunately for both of them, that's Greg Barnett that's dealing with Chris Worrell right now. Working lap 57 of 120 here tonight. Everybody has now burned through at least one set of tires. I can't confirm right now, but I believe Nate Brown is already on his third of 4. That is no bueno, especially if we get a late race caution. Worrell right now, though, did get popped for speeding on pit road, was held a few extra seconds in his box, lost second place. Speaking of second place, there is Evan Kinney giving Joey Stiers all sorts of pressure right now, trying to wrestle second away from him. Kinney in a must-win situation as well to try to bring home the championship.
Definitely the 6 of Evan trying to find the pressure on him like Earnhardt Sr. used to do back in that day, stalking the rear bumper of that Ford truck, trying to get him to make a mistake. Right now, it's mirror line, very aggressive, about midway through the race, I think. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I have a lot to catch up on. But as you said, this is a must-win situation. So look for him to be aggressive, take spots, take chances. He has to be in it to win it.
He absolutely does. And, you know, the thing is about Stiers, out of Michigan, we don't call him the Iceman for nothing. That dude has ice water in his veins, has won at every track in the CleanRacing.net series except here. His 21 wins in his...
Black is kryptonite.
Pretty much, yeah. But he got a first win at IRP this season as we're checking back with Jacob Grant and Greg Barnett as Chris Worrell has gotten by your points leader. And Barnett, he just knows he needs to stay within 5 trucks of Austin Carey to clinch the championship.
Right, and everyone kind of has their own agenda right now, right? We're talked about Evan, who's in a must-win situation. Other guys, it's more about race, right? Hey, if I don't have to be aggressive and I can ride, then that's what I'm going to do. So a lot of different strategies, a lot of different agendas unfolding right in front of us this evening. When I come down to the wire, we're going to find out and crown a new champion. It's like
it absolutely is. And the thing is, we're going to bring up the points chase right now on your screen as we're following the action with your points leader, Greg Barnett. Barnett, Carey, and Brown. Either one of them comes home with the championship tonight, or any of those 3, first-time champion for all 3 of them.
Oh, well, that ups the ante. So any one of those drivers realistically has a shot to win it tonight. So it's going to come down to who has the most gut, who can calm the nerve. Spotter, and they keep the driver in check, and most of all, keep those tires. Because out of any other track, NASCAR circuit, I don't know of one that just disintegrates tire like the black.
And Matt, you might want to check your connection because you're starting to break up just a little bit, bud. Right now, we are watching that battle for first, second, and third as Parker Collins, Joey Stiers, and Evan Kinney have already carved out a 2 1/4 over defending series champion Josh Lilly. As that is Nate Brown stalking him. Chris Worrell has gotten clear of Austin Carey. And there is Carey coming into tonight, second in points. All he needs is a good, strong top 10 finish to clinch second. And there is your points leader, Greg Barnett. Just needs to keep Carey and Kinney within... He needs 5 spots within Carey, which he's currently only 2 spots behind him. And he needs... Kinney needs to win the race and have Barnett finish 15th or lower.
Hearing it right now, all the different strategies playing out this evening. Bet that driver's going to be relying heavily on his spotter. Let him know where he is relevant to those other competitors on the racetrack to make sure he is in the right position. Green flag or more checkered flag drops, because that's...
And Matt, looks like we're having more connection issues with you. So let me try this on my end and see if this helps at all. Hopefully it does. As checking back in with the little sister of Sim Racing Media, that is Emily Arias. That young lady has gotten her connection fixed, gotten her VR headset working again, and is back out on track. Still has plenty of time to make up some spots, but Emily, keep doing what you're doing, because you got a home here at Sim Racing Media, little sister. Joey Stiers and Evan Kinney still going after each other for third. This is one of your closest battles on track, as that is Fred Garcia getting down and out of the way. Mike McCrate getting ready to go another lap down here, as there he is in the number 8 Nuclear Banana Pennzoil Chevy Silverado, getting down and out of the way as Parker Collins weaves his way through the lap traffic. And these top 3 are setting a blistering pace right now. Last time by, they were the only 3 trucks sub 31 seconds. Let that sink in, folks. Especially considering there were...
All the words out of my mouth. The top 3 trucks, they are running a laser line right around the top of that track. They are setting a pace, like you said. But you know what? That's what it takes. Sometimes you got to know when to go, but you also have to be smart. When do you challenge for that position? When do you not? Certainly, top 3, they know what they're doing tonight, and they look to be on their A game. Potentially going to be hard to beat down the stretch.
As battle for second, still hot and heavy. That's Kinney on the low side. Throws the slide job in the middle of 3 and 4 on Joey Stiers. Stiers lets him go, knowing that there's still a ton of racing left, as we're working lap 71 of 120. 50 laps to go here tonight at Darlington. Thank you all so much for making us part of your Monday evening. Happy Labor Day, folks, in case I haven't said it already. And for those of you watching in the live chat, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, because it really does help share these videos with the YouTube algorithm. The more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely it is to be shared on somebody's homepage when they log into their YouTube of, hey, you might enjoy watching this. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, as we have racing 7 nights a week. Most of the time, triple headers. And we're doing something new on Saturday nights. And Matt, I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but we're alternating between Sim Racing Media reviews and joining us for game night, where we get a group of us together in the Sim Racing Media Discord, and the person who's doing the review shares their screen so everybody can see what's going on. And, you know, we talk about new games that have come out, and or games that we have not played yet or had the advantage of playing yet. And, you know, we test different things out and see what we really think of the games. And you can find that on Saturday nights here on Sim Racing Media. But still a ton of racing left this week.
Thanks for the heads up on that, and that's definitely right up my alley. I didn't know about it, but I will definitely be there. I'm a big fan of doing reviews independently on my channel, so look forward to joining all of you guys, SRM family, on those.
Right now we're watching the battle for 5th. Chris Worrell and Josh Lilly. They've gotten that sorted out finally, as we're going to check back at the last spot in the top 10. That is Jeremy Moore in the DuPont Toyota, currently running in 9th. Ken Pack all over his tailgate right now as they come down the front straightaway. Austin Carey starting to put a little bit of, or starting to get a little bit of pressure, I should say, as he brushes the wall going through 1 and 2. That's Greg Barnett, who has to haul it down as Carey gets a little loose coming off of 2. Barnett just trying to keep that truck out of trouble tonight.
My gosh, you're not kidding. pressure. I mean, hey, it's not delivery. It's this guy knocking on the back door of that truck right. Definitely looking to take that position. And you know what? As laps wind down, look for the come up. But how much you risk on those tires? That's the other part of it. In black, always going to throw a little different curveball at you than most of your cookie cutter racetracks. So hopefully the drivers or the crew chiefs remind that person behind that wheel, save their stuff for when it.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. But you got to figure that so far we're 26 laps into this tire run under anger. So if what we saw in the first run was any indication, most of these guys are going to be coming down right around the century mark to give it a 20-lap final shootout and still be laying a set if we get a late race caution to try to make some headway. But right now, your top 10 as they currently sit, that is Parker Collins, a second and a half to the good over Evan Kinney. Kinney does have a victory here. Although it was back in, I believe, season 6.
I can
season
tell you,
5.
I'm in the truck. If I have a race, if I have a win at a automatically, like I have a better chance when I'm more confident. So granted, has it been a while ago? Absolutely. But I still think that confidence past is going to.
As we are watching the battle right now, that is Kerry Barnett, Moore, and Pack running stem to stern right now. That is 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. 12-second gap all the way back to the Liberty number 10 of Stephen Tuck. So throw a blanket over your top 10 or so, as we do have some pretty good separation up at the front of this piece.
You know, looking at that type of separation with the 10 and the 51 of Kevin Hayes, I almost wonder maybe if they had an altercation start or if they got tangled up a little bit at one point in time. I mean, that's a pretty solid differential for those trucks on the race. Granted, they could have issues or maybe they have some aero issues, but more than likely, I'm a betting, and I would say they had some type of altercation. If we go back and look at it after the race is over, be indication why they're sitting 10 seconds off the.
Well, with Hayes, it's an easy thing to call on that one. He got the lucky dog, so he had to start shotgun on the restart.
Well, that makes perfect there again. I guess it would have been better if I was tire race to watch this all and count.
Here we go. Oh no. I think Chris Worrell might have just gotten popped again for speeding on, as both he and Joey Stiers down pit road. We're going to find out here in a second or so.
I did see the driver inside. I was looking at a different camera angle, and so happened to see the driver make an aggressive gesture on the steering wheel towards the right and left. Could be indicative of a penalty.
Well, he was charging the line. That's for sure. I mean, so right side's on and done. Left side's going on now. If he gets released, yep. No, he got it done in time. He was fighting it, though. As Parker Collins, Evan Kinney, and Josh Lilly coming pit side, there is your new race leader, Nate Brown, coming into tonight. 4th in points. Needed a strong finish.
It is 69 time up front. Nathan Brown to the lead. I believe this is the first lead of the race.
Yes. First time he has led all night. That's going to promote Austin Carey and Greg Barnett into podium positions, although they'd still have to come down for what should be the money stop. Barnett not letting Carey get too far away from him. Brown needs both of those guys to have issues right now. 3 wide down the backstretch. Luckily,
you know, the other part of that is too, I don't know if maybe necessarily these top 7 drivers right now have necessarily showed their hand. Very possible they're managing their stuff right now. They're just riding car lengths back. It's going to keep the truck out of trouble. It's going to save their equipment for the end of the race.
Well, that's been the MO of the 38 team all season. They've tried to keep quiet. They haven't, really put the truck in a bad situation. As it looks like Carey's coming pit side this time. Yes, he is, as is Jeremy Moore. So the teammate's going to bring him pit side to get their money stop done and dusted. There is your race leader, 9 seconds to the good. That is Nate Brown. Barnett.
Sizable margin.
Oh, yeah. 9 seconds over Barnett there's Ken Pack, about a truck and 11 truck lengths back off of Barnett. So about 2 1/4 seconds. Stiers makes quick work of the 38, and that's what new tires look like, folks. As right now, these guys are experiencing good 3 seconds of fall off.
In case you guys don't know at home, 3 seconds fall off is a ton. I mean, when I'm on that racetrack, if I have 25 laps on my tires, that other truck going by is going to look like they have another 50 to 60 horsepower. I mean, 3 seconds, that's a lot of fall off. That means guys that are still out on the racetrack, you bet you they have their belts pulled tight and their hands are gritting that wheel and they are hanging on for dear life.
They are at that as Greg Barnett stays out. Chris Worrell looking to get his lap back the hard way. Josh Lilly there for company also, as Worrell and Lilly have already come down for their final set. And here comes Barnett stopping the hemorrhaging.
Yeah, you would have to think 3 second differential on new tires. He couldn't afford to run another lap because after the pit cycle, even if he perfect, I mean, you'd be looking at a 6 second interval on top of what the differential was on the racetrack before the pits.
What just happened?
Looks like Chris manually disconnected.
Oh no.
97 truck of Chris
Worrell.
Worrell.
Oh, he wasn't on the concrete.
Oh my. Oh
my goodness.
We were talking about it earlier. Expected Darlington lady in black. Certainly, my heart breaks for him. A championship event. Sometimes when you're racing happen that you just don't have control over, and I just have to think that this was one of those cases.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. So that is gonna. Stephen Tuck's got to be careful because the pace car hasn't caught him yet.
Yeah, hopefully his spotter's telling him to go.
Okay, there we go. So there is Tuck. That should give the 22 of Austin Carey the free pass. Should. Not saying it's going to. But a couple of trucks getting caught laps down there. Carey being the notable one back in 13th. Jeremy Moore being scored as the last truck on the lead lap. There he is in the 24. Sitting in 12th currently. So run down.
Depending on
Go ahead.
How things cycle through here, I mean, could be looking at only 30 trucks on the lap.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough one. Not sure exactly what's going on because normally the free pass truck has been released by now. So the guys that haven't been down pit road, all one of them being Stephen Tuck, finally coming down for his money stop. So that's going to hand the lead of the race over to the man that desperately needs the win tonight. That is the 6 of Evan Kinney. Looks like Austin Carey going to get a wave around being in front of the leader like that. You can see just how heavily damaged that Plymouth of Josh Lilly is. And Matt, something you probably didn't realize, the driver of the 84 or 48, Josh Lilly, he's only 15. And he's already a 3-time champion here in CleanRacing.net Truck Series competition.
Hey, that just goes to show you, if you work hard and you got your head in the game, anything is possible. Certainly seeing that with the 48. That is incredible. Great run so far, man. Bring it home. Sure, you got your fans out there and watching us live right now on YouTube. Make sure you guys sound off. Let us know we're here, man. Racing's all up. Racing fans, right? So ring that bell, smash that like button. We got plenty of racing coverage, as Tony said earlier, throughout the week. So look to us, be your number one source for online racing entertainment. We got you covered.
We absolutely do. As going through the schedule, normally we have a quadruple header on Tuesdays. We've only got a double header tomorrow with the Rickmatech Cup Series, round number 8 at Pocono. The Monster Energy Series is going to be at round 6 at Martinsville, 8:40 and 8:50 time respectively for those. The Thunderclap Stock Car iRacing Series is going to kick off the round 2 of their playoffs. Comes to a close tomorrow. We're cutting heads here on Wednesday. We're cutting heads here at Darlington. And then Thursday, the one I'm really looking forward to, is the Svenska iRacing Ligan, round number 2 for the GT3 division at Road Atlanta. That'll be a 1:55 Eastern Time start on that one. And Matt, I don't know if you had a chance to catch round 1 for those guys, but holy cow, what a race.
I heard it was one to watch. I haven't yet. That is on my due list. Potentially tonight after we wrap up here.
Absolutely, as we're going to get ready to turn them loose again. Working lap 92, going to restart on 93. Green flag is in the air, and we are back underway.
Oh, what a restart by this Nix. John forced it right out of the gate. Got himself about a car and a half length right back to the top side of the race. The 48 of Josh Lilly's falling in behind. Top 3 are single file, make that top 4 right now as we go down. And
wow, what a run so far, as Kitty doing exactly what he needs to do. And Austin Carey has come back down pit road, as is Kenneth Pack and Mike McCray. Not sure exactly what's going on there. Possibly pass-through penalties. That's the only thing I can figure right now. As here comes Collins to the inside of Lilly, going into 1.
I can tell you right now, the 48 is not truck. He was every way but straight on the last corners. I seen his hands in there working. Great save a couple times on that by the 48 Josh Lilly. But I can tell you right now, Tony, he is not happy with the way that truck is driving.
Definitely not, as there is the aforementioned 15-year-old, three-time CleanRacing.net champion. Parker Collins right back on his tailgate. The Pied Piper of Peoria, Illinois, trying to get his second career win with the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Got his first one earlier this season, and he's been up front at just about every race. Just unfortunately getting caught up in other people's dumpster fires. Oy!
What a save!
How did he not?
The 48 gasses it up too early coming off the corner. Shoulda, woulda, crashed into the side wall, but somehow miraculously saved the truck. Continues on.
2 minutes boarding, as we say in hockey. Right now, Greg Barnett and Nate Brown going after each other. Barnett lets Brown go, knowing that he's already ahead of Carey, he's ahead of Brown, and he's far enough up in front to know that Evan Kinney, even if he does win the race, Barnett just needs to finish 15th if Kinney goes on to win.
Yes, so many different scenarios playing time as we speak.
Josh Lilly, Nate Talman, and Parker Collins going after each other right now. for second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is Wasp Nest behind 6. Everything calm for 6 right now. In fact, if I'm the 6th spotter, I'm telling him, you know what, you don't got to go that hard.
Ooh.
Walk him down a little bit, save your equipment, but right
Oh my.
outside the place right, everyone is battling, fighting.
Lily just got it sideways. The 4 goes into the wall. Talman back to 6th. Steyer's getting a 2-fer there. Actually a 3-fer, as he's now on the final step of the podium. And he's got his son right behind him. Steyer's the stepdad, Lily the kid. They're trying to both reel in Parker Collins, but Evan Kinney has already carved out 2.5 seconds. We're 21 laps to go, and he is still going low 30s, where everybody else is lucky to go sub 31.
That is certainly oh, he gets hooked into the wall. Oh no, disaster unfold.
Who?
Oh, the 4 of Nathaniel Hellman, Greg Barnett. They tangle.
Oh no.
Both trucks have to have.
Oh yeah, you can see some damage on the right side of the POW MIA number 38 Ford F-150.
I imagine Poe's got to be knocked out, way out.
Well, luckily for us, we do have a GoPro on Barnett's helmet. Let's take a look just how left-hand down he's going to be down the straightaways.
Tony, you got to hook me up with all these cool gadgets.
No, he's not too left-hand down, so not a whole ton of damage on the 38 right now. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to do this, and this, so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. And Stephen Tuck battling it out with Nate Brown right now. The two Brownie Racing teammates going after each other. Brown, unsure if he was actually going to make the race right now, or tonight, was able to get home in time as Tuck up to 9th, Brown back to 10th. And as a matter of fact, Brown being scored as the last truck on the lead lap. 18 laps to go. Evan Kinney, it was a 2.5 second deficit. Now it's only down to 1.9. There is Parker Collins. There is Joey Steyers. And Josh Lilly is starting to fall back into the clutches of Nate Talman and Greg Barnett.
Comers and goers, trends of the race, black. Who saved their equipment? This is more of a chess match than a heads-up race, if you will. A lot of strategy, a lot of cat-mouse games going on. Still don't think, oh, and the 4's in the outside retaining wall again. Bounced it off the wall coming off a 4.
A lot of guys have done that. And it's very easy to do with the reconfigure that they put here only about 2.5 weeks ago in the last update iRacing rolled out. Sideways off a 2 for Talman. That's going to let Barnett reel him in ever closer. That is not what Evan Kinney wants to see.
That's definitely a night going to want to wake up from quick. And the best way, obviously, to do that is just get settled back down in the truck, refocus. Maybe don't overdrive the corner, back those corners up. See what you can do to maintain your speed or pick up your lap time out overdriving.
Yeah, very much so. As right now Barnett all over the tailgate of Talman. Meanwhile, up in front for second, that is Joey Steyers, the Iceman himself, all over that Rowdy Energy Toyota of Parker Collins.
And I mean, the 38 just booted Josh Lilly into the wall. I mean, that was a Bristol Dale Earnhardt.
Well, let's roll that beautiful bean footage then.
Yeah, it's like let's.
As we are watching Barnett, Lilly still not in shot. Talman almost got into it there. No harm,
Correct,
no
that was
foul.
wrong. I had the wrong truck, but on my screen here, and again, could have some net code.
Probably was. Probably safe bet that it was. But meanwhile, back live, there is Parker Collins trying to hold off Joey Stiers. Evan Kenny, 13 laps to go. Can he hang on for, I believe, what will be his second victory on the season? Let me double check that. First win on the season for Kenny. Wow. If you would have told me we would have gone all the way through the season and Kenny not have a victory, as there's the 51 of Kevin Hayes back on the lead lap as he's working the inside of Justin Carey. Carey was into the wall, and unfortunately Hayes caught on that low side, doesn't have the momentum, and he's now falling back into the clutches of Stephen Tuck. And that is Justin Carey. That is for position. That is 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yellow.
Oh, boy. What just happened?
Caution on the racetrack.
Oh, no.
Just as Parker Collins put his lead side of a second, he was coming. Parker was running down the six. You could tell the six was doing everything he could to find speed. Game changer, of course, Lady Black never caution.
Well, we're looking at the 94 of Fred Garcia, as I'm getting word that it was him who had the issues. Oh my! Oh my
God!
Well, there's our first. Thank God this is a simulator moment of the night. Let's watch that again from onboard. This is what Fred saw. There he is coming down the you can see how much he's having to feather that throttle. Coming out for 4. Sends it into 1. Using the throttle to help the truck turn. Bangs the wall and boom. Almost up and over.
Very reminiscent of my crash at the Monza Oval. But
I think everybody's had that crash at the Monza Oval.
We'll save that for another time. But one time a Mazda, never again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that one. That's one of those tracks that. Anyways, currently tonight at Darlington, 9 laps to go. We should get a restart with about a 7-lap shootout. Parker Collins, Joey Stiers, both electing to stay out. Josh Lilly, Evan Kenny, Greg Barnett, Nate Tellman, Justin Carey, Stephen Tuck, Kevin Hayes, and Nate Brown all coming down pit road as Jeremy Moore gets the free pass to get back on the lead lap. That gives us 11 trucks on the lead lap. Austin Carey in 12th, still 1 lap down. So you got.
And I'm pretty sure
that
had his tires left down pit road. If I'm that driver, I want every single opportunity to put those Dr. Feelgoods on my truck to give me that security. And you know what? A 7-lap shootout, it's like a heat race on Thursday night. Reach up there, yank those belts tight one more time. But I don't think that was the last caution. Friends of the race.
You're probably not wrong. And the good news is we can go into overtime. Overtime is available. Dan Kinney, thank you for joining us. And, yep, we checked in with Emily. She did have VR problems. Dan Kinney, thanks for going out there at #Mustang. Chris Worrell checking in. He's calling for Greg and Parker.
Top 5.
Say again?
How about Josh 50, still inside the top 5, currently occupying that?
Yeah, he absolutely is. But what's even bigger is the guy right behind him, Justin Carey, in that ODR number 21 Toyota. Your biggest mover of the night currently, plus 14. That's impressive no matter what series you're in. Especially at Darlington. If you can go plus 14 at Darlington, you're doing something right.
Right. Certain tracks, driver.
Breaking up again, bud. Is Parker Collins going to lead us back to green as the lights still on the pace car? Not sure exactly what's going on here. So we're looking at about a 5-lap shootout now. Why? What? Something just happened to the 38. Checking here to see what's going on with Barnett, as it registered that he had crashed. Not sure exactly what's going on.
As of right now, I mean, it looks like Barnett is in line where he should be under caution at this point. He's in the right position.
Looks like he might have just been trying to get a drink, because this race has got to be tiresome.
He might have found out his pit crew was eating ice cream and decided to go down there and get one before he went back green.
Well, while he's still under caution, Parker, if you're listening, I want you to go back out on that track and hit the pace car.
You've hit everything else.
Actually, he hasn't. This has been a very neat and tidy race for the 18. The only problem for Parker right now is the Iceman Joey Stiers going to be starting to his outside, and Evan Kinney on fresh shoes behind him. Oh, Katie, bar the door. It's about to get fun.
Yeah, we're about to blow the door off this pressure cooker. Little old school Thursday night heat racing about to go down here. We got fresh tires on our truck. Potentially, if we can run these last 7 laps, I'm going to say
we're going to have a 5-lap shootout when the green flag comes out.
Thank you.
As Colin Stiers, Lily, Kinney, Justin Carey in 5th, Stephen Tuck, Nate Tellman, Kevin Hayes, Greg Barnett, Jeremy Moore, and Nate Brown rounding out your top 11 on the lead lap. Austin Carey sitting back in 12th, currently a lap down as the pace car peels off. Collins has the button, brings him out of turn number 4, locks, cocks, and
Green flag.
holds him down, finally fires, doing what he can to not try to spin those tires.
Now, coming back up through the gears one more time. Barrel off in 1. Looks to be a clean restart thus far.
No, it's not. That was Nate Talman going for a ride for life.
Oh.
Down and off the racing surface so far. Go back and take a quick look at what did happen with Talman here. This is on the restart. Keep your eye on the Ford truck on the top side. That is the Bass Pro Shops Tracker number 4 Toyota of Talman. And that was a jumbled mess of a start. Looks like the 51 pinching up on him going into 1. Talman gets into the wall. So that is what happened to Talman. 4 laps to go. And Collins is into the wall.
Goes to show you how hard everyone's driving and pushing the envelope
3 wide.
Now. Taking their turn, being the accordion. The 18 truck still looks to be the cleanest truck in the field right now. I can still actually read his number on his left side.
Yeah, but the right side looks like a cheese
Right
grater.
side, I'm sorry.
Parker Collins hemorrhaging spots. Kinney now out to almost a full second to the good over that battle for second between Stiers and Carey. Checking back in with Parker Collins. He's got Josh Lilly and Kevin Hayes all over him. That is your battle for 5th. Lilly has it. Collins wants it back.
Back up front, the 6 still is carrying the torch bright and strong at this time. Stretching out his just a little bit over 23 of Josh Stiers. Almost at that 1 second. Currently, top
White flag is out. We are racing back to checkers. Kinney in command. Stiers and Carey got into it a little bit coming off of 4. Carey got the wall, and he is starting to slip back ever so slightly. Kinney just has to keep it dirty side down. coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. There is your leader, Evan Kinney, 2 seconds to the good across the stripe. Evan Kinney wins the battle.
How about that?
Greg Barnett wins the war.
So, oh my goodness.
Austin, you're killing me, son.
Well, how about that? The tele strategy. 6 went out there, ran his tail off, didn't look back, won the race, and the 38 of Greg Barnett strategy play does what he do, and I believe that's going to award him a champion.
It is. Barnett, if Kinney won, Barnett needed to finish 15th or better. So that does clinch Barnett with an 8th place finish, your season 12 championship. As bear with me a second here, as we are going to try to reach out now to, if I can find him, Dueling Burnouts No, as right, there he is, joining us now. Matt, I believe you've got our race winner, Evan Kinney, with you now.
That's right. I'm with your race winner this at the 6 of Evan Kingley. Man, it looked like your truck was set afterburner all night tonight, especially you got it out front. Didn't truck bob or wiggle as much as the others, and those lap times didn't fall off as much as I thought they would. Like you had a really good equipment. How was it from your point of view?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. First off, I am super pumped and very excited for Greg, face of this league, and I'm so happy he got the championship. But yeah, we had good pace. I think Parker would have got me if that caution hadn't come out. So I'm happy that did, and super happy I got the win. I'm happy to be here.
You know, I'm happy to be here and be a part of the SRM. That's my first race call for you guys and getting a first take guys race down there tonight. You, my friend, drove a whale of a race. How important tires, in your opinion?
Oh, tires were huge, and I knew that Parker and Joey would be in a bad spot if another caution did come out, and I was just going to try to get away and on that second to last caution and just hope I could maintain it. And I think Parker would have got me, but you know, once that caution came out, I knew that it was in the bag if Josh couldn't keep up with me.
Well, hey, it doesn't is winning, and the 6 truck came out on top. Evan, congratulations on that win tonight. Being here with us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing an awesome job broadcasting. Congrats again to Greg. Super happy for him, and just want to say thank you to my Browning Racing teammates for helping me get here.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if there's anyone that you wanted to thank, give a shout out to. Now that this time is yours, sir. So take it up, soak it up.
Yeah, Josh, Kevin, Jeremy, and Nate, all season long helping us prepare and get ready for these races. Big shout out to you guys for doing a great job. Again, Greg for winning the championship, and Fred for putting the league on.
That's right. There is certainly no I in the team, and yes, Evan wheel truck. It definitely takes a lot more than just to make that truck go around that track competitively all season long. So big thanks to everyone in his wheelhouse for supporting him. Congratulations tonight on the victory.
Thank you, and shout out to my dad in the chat.
Hi, Dad.
All right, Tony, back to you.
As joining me now is the Iceman himself out of Mackinac, Illinois, Mr. Joey Steyer's coming home on the second step of the podium. And Joey, you took the gamble on that late race caution to stay out. Do you think that's what cost you the win tonight?
Yeah, 2 cautions ago, me and Parker pitted for tires, and I think we had probably 4 or 5 laps on our tires, so we took the opportunity to take our last set of tires. So on that last caution, we didn't have a set, so we were kind of forced to stay out, and I kind of knew Evan and them guys were way faster than us, and they'd probably make their way through the field pretty quick, and that's ended up what they were doing. But I was really hoping it was going to stay green. I think it was going to be a pretty awesome battle with me and Parker there at the end. I mean, we were catching Evan. I was just trying to draft him a little bit to try to catch up, but we just kind of ran out of time, and that caution fell, and it was just real unfortunate for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys were really starting to pick them up and lay them down, but all in all, can't be too disappointed on this season. Top 10 in points yet again, as we've kind of become accustomed to with you being a 4-time CleanRacing.net champion. We're going to let you go celebrate the podium with your team as we're looking forward to next season, I believe kicking off next week, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we got a fun race next week.
That's what it is, yeah.
To start the season up. But
all right. But
I do want to give a big shout out to Evan Kenny on the win, and a even bigger shout out to Greg for getting the championship. He's one of our founding members in this CleanRacing.net series, and it's really awesome for him to get his first Truck Series championship.
Yeah, absolutely. As again, congratulations on the podium, and we will see you in 2 weeks at the start of season 13, we hope.
Yep, sounds good, Tony. Thanks, appreciate it, man.
All right, and Matt, I believe you've got the driver of the number 21 with you now. Matt? Okay, I've got him with me. Justin Carey, awesome run here tonight. Biggest mover award for the ODR number 21. Congratulations on a podium here at the season finale.
Thank you. I missed most of the season, so this was actually my first race catching on, and didn't want to mess up anybody involving the championship, so I just started in the back. I was actually involved in the first caution and was a lap down pretty much most of the race. So cautions fell just right, and I was able to bring it back and somehow kept it clean enough to be able to finish top 3.
Yeah,
1 and 2 was great for me, and 3 and 4 I couldn't do it.
Well, it kind of is what it is, but great run here tonight to close out the season. Safe to assume you're going to be back in a couple of weeks when we kick off season 13?
I hope so. I hope work kind of lightens up a bit to where I can race a little bit more, try and compete with the championship. My as so-called race brother finished second in the championship, so congrats to him just for even getting second place, and congrats to Greg and Evan on their accomplishments tonight. So glad I was able to be here for it.
Justin, anybody else you need to thank before we turn you loose?
Literally everybody involved in this league. You guys, Fred, everybody, my sponsors, ODR, Reaper, just everybody. I'm just glad I was able to have a good finish.
So safe to say you would definitely recommend this league for anybody that's looking for a Monday Night Truck League?
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Justin, again, congratulations on the podium. Hopefully we'll see you in a couple weeks at the season opener.
Of course, and y'all have a nice night.
You too. And joining us now, the man who is your season 12 CleanRacing.net truck champion. Congratulations, Greg Barnett.
I appreciate it, Tony. Thanks to you and Matt and Mike, all you guys, Frank. The broadcast that you guys put on is always so professional. But I want to thank Fred more than anybody for. I mean, I've been in this league. This is my 9th full season, and never thought this would ever happen. Never.
Well, you know what they always say, man. Good things happen to those who wait, and congratulations. As soon as I saw what the points looked like coming into tonight, I know I'm supposed to say impartial, but even I was rooting for you, bud. And it's great to see, a guy that has been around in a league for as long as you have, finally get his just rewards.
Well, I appreciate it. We just tried to stay consistent all season, and we had a bad race at New Hampshire. Got took out on like lap 7 or so.
Everybody had a bad race in New Hampshire.
Yeah, but I also want to congratulate Austin Carey on. I mean, he had a fantastic season. He had a bad race last week, but he's had phenomenal consistency this season himself, and
You
I
both
hate that
have.
what happened to him tonight. But I want to congratulate him as well and Evan on the win.
Well, Greg, it's been an honor to broadcast these races all season long, with you representing POW, MIA, and Mission 22. Can you talk us through how that came about?
Well, my late grandfather, was a prisoner of war. He was captured at Battle of the Bulge in World War II, and so I know, he was a POW, and they have a soft spot in my heart. So I'd like to dedicate this championship to my late grandfather and my dad, who watches these races.
Your dad was
religiously.
watching tonight, and he's already been blowing up the live chat.
I'm sure he has. Yeah, he watches these races religiously. So, but I want to thank all of the guys that supported me through this season and through all the seasons. Joey Stiers, Lane Hosler, my teammate Kenneth Pack, Stephen Tuck, Dustin Harrell, John Anthony, even Nate, Evan, and Josh over at Brownie Racing. They've helped a lot, helped me with getting better at driving this thing and learning how to control tire wear a lot better.
Well, Greg, what a season we've just seen. Safe to assume you're going to be back to defend that title in season 13 in a couple weeks.
Oh, I'll be back, but I won't be defending anything against some of these guys. These guys have come in lately are just super fast. I can't run with them.
Okay, here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you the same thing that my father told me when I first got into racing as a driver. Speed can win races. Consistency, my friend, wins championships, and it's exactly what you proved tonight. Racing smart, not hard. So, again, Greg, on behalf of the entire Sim Racing Media family, congratulations on getting your first championship, a well-deserved championship, and a well-deserved driver doing it. Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night, and like I said, I appreciate the broadcast, man. It's always professional.
Well, we try, and you guys give us good racing to talk about. It makes it very easy on us up here in the booth. But Greg, we're gonna let you go celebrate. Give your old man a call and let him know that you appreciate him rooting for you tonight. He was one of the first ones in the chat to root for to pipe in tonight of who they were rooting for, and it's not a big shocker that, of course, he was rooting for you to come home with the race win and the championship. Didn't win the battle, but definitely won the war. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Greg.
Okay, Tony, you take care, brother.
Greg, congratulations, man. Clearly you can hear in your voice that this one is special to you. It's an honor to be able to sit here and call that race tonight. Congratulations. Go celebrate, man. We'll catch you in a couple weeks.
All right, I appreciate it, Matt, and thanks for you guys calling the race.
Happy to do so, and hope to maintain our partnership with CleanRacing.net Truck Series for years to come.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So, Matt, that was our podium and our champion. Let's take a quick rundown of tonight's tonight's finishing order for the race. Evan Kinney, Joey Stiers, Austin Carey. We just talked to those three gentlemen. 1, 2, and 3. Stephen Tuck hanging on for 4th. Josh Lilly coming home in 5th. Kevin Hayes in 6th. Parker Collins, after getting into the wall with only about 3 to go, relegated back to 7th. Greg Barnett did what he had to do, coming home with an 8th place finish, clinching the championship. Jeremy Moore and Nate Brown rounding out your top 10. Nate Tallman rounding out your lead lap trucks. First truck 1 or more laps down. Unfortunately, Austin Carey got caught 2 laps down during that green flag pit stop cycle that caught a lot of guys a lap down. Ken Pack, Jamie LaRoque, and Mike McCrate rounding out your top 15. Fred Garcia coming home in 16th. Excuse me. There we go. Bryant Newingham coming home in 17th, Brian Toole in 18th, 19th going to Chris Worrell, Jacob Grant in 20th, Abraham Gaston in 21st, and our little sister here at Sim Racing Media, Emily Urias, coming home as the last truck still running in 22nd. Dan Sykes did not start. But Matt, you picked a heck of a night to join me in the booth for a CleanRacing.net Truck Series race. This is the type of action we've come to expect out of these guys and gals on the track week in and week out.
You know what? I was hating it, Tony. So I don't know if you know this, and none of the audience knows this, but the first 2 races that I got pulled in on, my very first one I had about a 5 lead time, and when I loaded into the race, it looked like Nintendo, the 8-bit apocalypse for the first 30 minutes, and then as you know tonight, Tony, I'm trying to get my rig to work, and of course, battling those rig demons out, which I thought I had. And I had all kinds of mic issues, and I'm listening to you on my cell phone calling a heck of a race, and I'm mad because I want to get in there and be a part of what's going on.
Yeah, and that's kind of an advantage to me because I'm able to, I have the honor and have had the honor for the past couple of seasons to call the CleanRacing.net Truck Series, and I meant exactly what I told Greg Barnett, that I honestly do hope that we can continue this partnership with the league moving forward, and it's one of the best leagues that I've seen. And you take a look at tonight, 120 laps, only 3 cautions. That's it.
And that says a lot, especially at Darlington, where statistically you should have 7, 8, even sometimes 10 cautions, and that just is a testament to the level of respect that everyone has for each other, the quality of the driver, the amount of work they put in, and the teams that prep throughout the week and bring a competitive piece of equipment to the racetrack week in and week out.
That's absolutely the case, and they're going to take this next week off, have a fun run next week, a recruitment race. So if you would like to get involved with the CleanRacing.net Truck Series, just go to CleanRacing.net, and you could find all the information on how to join the league over there, and we'd love to see you folks out on track with us next season. We do need to thank the only series sponsor that we do have, other than Fred Garcia's wife, and that would be the RingsideReport.net for all your boxing, MMA, wrestling, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, all of your combat sport needs. You need to go to RingsideReport.net, and you can check their podcast out on all your favorite streaming services. Without them, we would not be able to bring these broadcasts to you folks. But definitely thanks to Mrs. Garcia for putting up the good majority of the stake in these races. So that is going to do it for us here tonight from Darlington. Be sure to join us for the doubleheader tomorrow night. Just let me get my buttons working. Again, normally a quadruple header, but tomorrow we've only got the doubleheader with the Rick Mattek Cup Series at 8:40 Eastern and the Monsters of Energy Cup Series at Martinsville at 8:50 Eastern. So, again, that is going to do it for us tonight for Mr. Matt Metler. This is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that until we meet again as you walk down the road of life, whatever you do, don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.